What is good VIX level for double calendar? It's best to open the position when VIX is expected to rise and best to avoid when the VIX is expected to decrease. Do I have that right? What would you say is a good price for a QQQ calendar? Just so we have an idea and don't overpay next time. The calendar price calculations correlations with VIX IV are too complex to understand for me. New to this, is it better to enter triple calendar on a down day like today? Or should I wait for VIX to come back? What is for you a cheap price for entering a triple calendar? Or better, what ranges of cost are you looking when you are deciding if enter or not? I would like to understand the reasoning behind the entry yesterday just for my learning. Since the VIX was at 20 plus and IV was high, I thought I shouldn't enter this week. VIX above 20 versus below 20. As we expect opening these at higher VIX and if VIX goes down from there will be difficult to be profitable. I noticed that when the market moves down, triple calendar position goes down. VIX usually increases then. Trying to understand this behavior. I have another question. I saw that you didn't open a trade this week because QQQ is overbought. But wouldn't a drop with increased volatility favor our positive Vega triple calendar? So I get these questions like this, like what is the good price for QQQ calendar to enter, whether to enter when VIX is high, low, what is the range I should look. So to answer these questions, what I have done is I have analyzed all my 2025 trade and I'll present all the data here and discuss so we can make some correlation what is happening with VIX, QQQ prices going up and down, QQQ triple calendar prices should where what is the good range. So if you are interested and new to this channel, consider subscribing and also this one playlist. I will put the link to that playlist in the description below. Also, you can see on top of your screen. So in this playlist, I have covered this strategy in detail. And if you have still any doubts, you can ask in the questions comment section below. Also follow me on Discord. I have a very active community there. So we like questions. All these questions are taken from there as well. So I try to work with different people there, and it is free. So you can join there. And also consider liking this video if you like content like this. So now let's start the video. So we'll do 2025 trade analysis and try to answer as many questions as possible. So let me go to my triple calendar trade analysis for 2025 Excel sheet. Let me first uh, explain this Excel sheet. It is little busy, so let me first explain you each column. So I took total 17 trades in 2025. In this column is the entry date. So when I entered the trade. In the next column, this is the exit dates when I exited the trade. Next three is talking about the QQQ price. So on the day of entry, what is the QQQ price? These prices are the closing price. So 481.62 was the closing price of 27th of March. Exact time when I entered the trade might be that time QQQ might be a little higher because I entered during the day. But I haven't taken that much in detail the prices. I've just taken down the closing prices. So all the prices you see here are the closing prices of that day. So of the exact time when I took the trade, it might be little QQQ might be little up or down. So just for rough reference, I've taken these prices. So this is the entry day prices and this is the exit date prices. And this is how much it changed. So it just talks about the difference between entry and exit, how much percent it changed. During the trade, like between 27th March and 9th of April, it went down like I remember it went down like 16%, something like that, and it went up again. So here it says 3% down, but even in during the trade it went down by 16-17% as well. Now these three columns talks about VIX. So at the day of entry, the VIX was here, and at the day of exit, it was here, and how much it changed. So this is the percentage change in VIX. Calendar width is the difference between upper calendar and the lower calendar strike prices. Triple calendar price with adjustment, if any, it is the, as you guys know, calendar is a debit strategy. So this is the price of the triple calendar. And if I did any adjustment, so including that adjustment, I put the price. So Like here 4.18 is the price of the triple calendar. Here 6.3, here you can see it is with adjustment. So I did two adjustments. So three strikes were already there, three calendars, and two more adjustment make it five. So with total five calendars, like with five different strike calendars, it came down to 6.39. This is pure triple calendar. So where it doesn't say any adjustment, that means it is a triple calendar. So here four means there was one adjustment. So three were original strikes and one was extra with adjustment. So total four. And then the price is 5.76 for all these four calendars, four strikes. Here it says two. Two means it was just a double calendar. I didn't buy the middle calendar to make it a triple calendar. So these are all the debits I paid for the whole strategy, including adjustment. This is the return I made from the trade. So 12.44% I made from this trade like that. So in total, I did 17 trades, out of which three of them were in losses, these three, and rest 14 of them were in profit of 10%, around 10%. Some were above, like 14, and one was below, like 4%. So this is the total return I was making. Days in trade is like how much day I spent in each trade, So it includes weekend as well. Okay. Adjustment I have already talked about. Now let's talk about total results. So here I've just added all the returns together. So it is 94.13%. This is not the exact correct way to calculate, but I just for reference I've added all the percentage. So it is 94.13%. Another way to calculate is total return divided by maximum investment. So total dollar value I gained from triple calendar in 2025 divided by which was my biggest trade. If I divide by maximum investment, then my return was 83.32%. So I was able to like out of the total amount which I invested maximum from the like I took from the portfolio, I was able to generate 83.32% return. Another way to calculate is total dollar value divided by total like each trade had their investment for all the trades that will give total investment. So total return divided by total investment will give average return, and this was 6.33%. So my average return was 6.33% from each trade, which is pretty good. And average days in trade was 11. So if I average down all these days, it comes down to 11. So my trade average was 11 days in a trade. The win ratio is 82.35%. So 14 trades were positives and 3 trades were losses. So overall, the win ratio comes out to 82.35%. So this is the overall summary. Now let's try to answer the questions you had. So let's first talk about the QQQ prices. So you guys can see there were instances when QQQ went down, like here. Actually, it says 3%, but it went further down. Let me show you here in the QQQ graph as well. So I entered on 27th of March. Let me see, wait, 27th of March. So yeah, I entered here and it fell down here and then I exited on 9th of April. So you guys can see it went down like this and then it recovered. And if I just calculate the from 17th of 27th of March to the lowest point, so you can see 17%. So it fell down 17% and then it recovered. So even then in this thing, I made a return of 12.4%. And there were cases like here when QQQ didn't do much, here as well. Here also you can see 10% for this is 4% only. So here 1% in that also I made 10%. So in QQQ didn't do much, then also I made return. And there are instances like here where QQQ made a 6% return, then also I made a return of 11%. So QQQ going down, doing nothing, or going up. In all scenarios, there are cases when I have made 10% plus returns. Now let's talk about the most talked thing is the VIX. Let's first talk about the entry point. So there were cases I have like when the QQQ was around 20 or above. So I've noted like marked them as in green. So I've taken like these six trades when the VIX was about 20. And if you see the results of these, like here, these all five are 10% plus. In one of them was 11% down. So even here it was 29.66, which is almost 30. Here also I took this trade and I made a return of 11%. And in this case, it fell down. It's not, it went up. The VIX fell down from 29.66 to 25.16. It fell down by 15.17. And even then I made a return of 11.12%. And here it made a lot, went down. Here it went down by 18%. So I entered at 20.61 and it went down to 16.84. And even then I was able to make a return of 10.25%. The thing is, if you see these big losses in VIX is happening, but QQQ is recovering here. So when QQQ is recovering, that is the reason the outer calendar is giving me profits. So that is the reason I'm making this 10% plus profits. And places like here where QQQ is not performing much, but here this is also one good example. Like VIX didn't do much, QQQ also didn't do much, and still I was able to make 10.6%. So like this. So scenarios when QQQ is recovering sorry, VIX is falling further, even then with high VIX, I was able to make some more. 29.6 is a little outlier, like it goes into little risky area, so you can skip or downsize your trade, like smaller trade you can take. But 20 around 25-ish, it is fine. If you have good confidence, you can still go with the trades. I do take when it is 20s or 25-ish. Now let's talk about the lower VIX levels. So I have marked them as in gray. So these are 14, 15, 16. And if you can see in these cases, this was a loss, but this one was a profit of 10%. This was a small profit. This one is also a profit of 10.57. All the one where VIX is small, I'm talking about these ones. This was a big loss. This was a profit of 10.23%. VIX was around 16.6. Then I made 10% profit. Here VIX was at 14.85 and I made a loss of 25.35%. So when VIX is low, that time I am getting mixed results. So one is this one where it went down. I was a big loss. This loss was also when VIX is around 16, and this 4.29 is also a little smaller profit. It took almost 14 days, like hard exit date was there when VIX was 15. So when VIX is low, the results are little mixed. And if you see further, when VIX is low and it falls further, like here in this example, then I make a loss. Here it is 14.92, but it went up, so it is a profit. Here VIX was around 15, but it fell down further. Then I made smaller profit. Here it went up, so it is fine. Here it is 16, but it went up, so it is fine. Here it was 14.85, but it fell down 8%, then it fell. So when VIX is low and it is falling further, then there are some correlation that I'm making a loss. But there is an outliner as well. So here it you see, it is not 14, 15 like, but it is 7, sorry. It is 17. So, and it fell down by 11.48%. Even then, I was able to make 9%. So, it is not 100% that if VIX is low and it falls further, you are making loss. But there is small correlation when VIX is low and it is uh, going further down. Then there is small little correlation that it is possibility that it will be little difficult trade. So, but the thing is, once you get confidence and you start trading, then you can get a feel. You can decrease your sizes or you can switch to paper trading during that time when you feel that their chances trade will be little difficult. But the main thing is don't get carried away that you don't have so many parameters and you're not able to take the trade. One more thing was triple calendar price. So some like what is a good price? Is there any range? So most of the you can see 333. So around in this year 2025, most of my trades were around 300ish, 330, 350 when I took these trades, and most of them gave me profits. But even like here 535, I spent for just triple calendar and I still made a 10% plus return. So but at the same time, here also it was 5.11. So price was this much and I made a loss of 11.6. So even at a higher price, it can go further higher, triple calendar was expensive, but it went further up and I still made a profit. But it is not so there's nothing like that. If it is expensive, it can't go further up. So there's nothing like that. So you have to compare with what I always says. there's no definite answer like this is a good price. This is so if I will skip 500 prices, then I would have skipped this trade and I would have lost the opportunity to make 10% here. So here example he's here is as well. But it is including the adjustments. Will leave this one. But like here, it was 418. It was above 300, and I made 11% of 11% return here. So main thing is I what I do is I compare with the previous few days prices. Like start, go few days back and see what were the prices of that calendar which you want to pick and see how is the price is doing. So if you can get a good pair, which I will say, try to get a good pair at a cheap price. Try to get a good, like if you talk about like try to get a good stock at a cheaper price. Same way, try to get a good pair like expiries calendar at a cheaper price. That is a best strategy. That cheap, it doesn't mean you should buy a low quality stock at a cheap price. The pair should be very good, and then try to see its history. And whenever it is cheap, just get it. So I compare the prices in my Excel sheet. You can use your Excel sheet, or you can use option strat, or whichever tool you want to prefer. Just keep track of the previous day prices, and whenever it is cheap, then buy it. And sometimes if I'm not able to buy it cheap, then I have to also try and get a little expensive prices. So, but with the corporate, experience, you start uh, get hold of it, like when to buy, when not to buy, like that. So overall, my goal to present all this data is to give you transparently what all things I had, so you can make more correlation. Also, if you find anything more correlation in this and you find anything new, do put in comment section below. I will be happy to talk more about it. This is all the data which I had for the 2025. So you can do your analysis also. Also, don't forget to join my Discord. We have a very active community there. So join there. And if you have any questions, you can post it there. Other folks, and I will try to answer your questions there. See you in the next video. Thank you.